Welcome back, guys. My name is Juliuz. Today we are watching I Tried Day Trading with $1,000 5 years later by Daniel Inskeep. I hope I pronounce him right. This is the first video we are watching from Daniel. So I know that he kind of did a day trading experiment a couple of years ago, and it seems like he really got into it and is now day trading basically for a living, more or less every day live on YouTube. So this is one of the rare occasions where one is trying a self-experiment and is sticking to it because it's so nice. Okay, so let's get right into it. 5 years later, what did he accomplish here? I'm keen to find out. Let's put that to a higher resolution, and you guys leave a sub and a like real quick down below. And now let's enjoy the video. Here we go.
My most watched video ever was me blowing up a $1,000 futures trading account. I had no idea what I was doing, and it showed. But instead of quitting, I spent the next 5 years obsessing over one question. Could I actually make this work?
Sticking to something for 5 years, this could very well be one of the best results on a trading experiment, because who is really trying for 5 years?
This is 5 years later. $1,000 of real money into a live brokerage. Here we go. So day one came and went with 0 trades on this account. I simply did not see anything that I liked. Day two, I shorted the 700 level, targeting a move to 600. I then added a second contract and stepped away from my desk.
Let's take a look. So Nasdaq is at 26,000 points. So this is probably recent video material, not from 5 years ago. That's how easy I can identify that.
Unfortunately, I forgot that a few days ago, I set a daily loss limit on my account to $120. So Tradevate would automatically close any positions and shut me down for the day if I hit it. So I got liquidated on a pullback, and then soon after, the market
Oh my god, this is unlucky.
dropped to my target. We literally hit the 600 level and bounced pretty hard. So that was a pretty big frustration to get stopped out on what would have been almost a $400 trade by my own loss limit I set. So I'll end today down.
Okay, now I get it, guys. I'm so stupid. You probably already got what he is trying to tell us in this video. So he's trying this self-experiment again with $1,000. I thought that he was now showing us his progress after 5 years, like 5 years later. It's again like the same experiment, only with his knowledge now. Now I get it, like 1.5 minutes into the video. Guys, I'm a little slow today. Maybe it's the heat. Alright, okay, now I get it. Of course, now we can still see what he accomplished after 5 years, because now he has way more knowledge. Okay, so let's see if this experiment is going better now, since the first one he just blew up the $1,000 account.
Down $130. Nasdaq put in all-time highs this morning, and while we are
And I'm trying to see whether the video material is 5 years old, guys. He's just doing a new experiment. Well,
just 27 points off the high, I entered along with 2 micros, looking for the
he's basically just trend following until now, which is always a good idea. Puts you a little bit in higher probability that your trade is going to work.
grind higher to continue later into the session. I'm risking $170, and since Nasdaq is in uncharted territory, I am monitoring price on ES since it still has some price structures to the left to go off of, such as previous day's high. When NQ finally ticked new all-time highs, I did take one contract off for a small gain of $28 and then moved my stop loss to break even, which I soon regretted. My stop was hit, and then we got another spike up to the highs. My next trade was a short.
Happens, guys, that happens. I also have mixed feelings about that break-even stuff. Moving the stop loss to break-even, a lot of times you get stopped out. It might work if you take some contracts off at a specific take profit level before you move the stop loss to break-even. The chances are quite there that the market, at least in the recent couple of weeks, comes back to your entry point, retrace a little, only to then go higher. So break-even stuff could be a game changer, but could also be really frustrating. Okay, you have to really figure that out. It's not that easy as it may sound.
On Nasdaq, I was watching ES as it broke through and rejected VWAP, but unfortunately Nasdaq was just too strong and I got ran over for a small loss. Next, I took a long after NASDAQ held the 27,000.
I really hope that this experiment is now successful, because it would be a pity if he's like trading for 5 years without making significant progress in your ability to trade.
Level, this time with 5 micros.
5 micros is actually, is it in the NASDAQ? It's actually quite a decent size already.
I took profits near the high to get me back above my starting balance. The exit ended up...
That was a good trade. Also a little risky, I don't know. Let's go a couple of minutes back. Yeah, it's more or less like in a short retracement here, continuing to higher prices was a little risky.
Held perfect because price dumped just after.
Yeah, okay, so he just took like a long retracement in a overall short trend.
I got out. And that's going to wrap up day 3. I forgot to record an update for day 4, but NASDAQ put in new all-time highs while ES did not. And normally I don't recommend shorting all-time highs, but I did place a limit short at 27,100, targeting the 960 level where we found support earlier that morning. The market dropped. I locked in 132 points for 500.
Wow, what a great trade this is.
26.
He also held through, I guess this is VWAP, he also held through the bounce on the VWAP, so he was really confident that this level is going to be reached here.
Dollar profit. The market ended up dropping an additional 300 points from my exit. 132 points is really solid and puts my account up 54%.
Guys, he just captured 50% of his account balance in one trade. 50%! How crazy is it? Of course, with smaller account size, you can risk it because eventually if your account is blown up, it's not hurting that bad as it might do on $1 million account, but 50% nevertheless is either a really bad risk management or just really good trading.
I didn't take any trades the next day, so I'll finish out the week with a 73% win rate.
Wow.
And $540 profit.
50% in the first week. What can I say? Basically, this was just one trade, but
conditions have been pretty balanced this morning, so I was pretty hesitant to place a trade, but I did feel most comfortable being long in this market. So after we put in a higher low, I took a long on NASDAQ with 2 micros. I was risking about 22 points, which is $88. My optimistic take profit was Friday's high at 27,462, but I at least wanted to get to the 400 level.
He's really going for those high point trades, okay? Capturing big amounts of points here. Again, with 2 micros, $230 is crazy work.
I ended up closing out this trade just under the
Really
420
good.
level, locking in a $218 profit. We finally had a decent sell-off in the overnight session and swept overnight lows here this morning, but it wasn't that strong of a move. Plus, ES was sitting at demand and sellers were getting absorbed, so
Yeah, I would like to know what time frames he's always looking at. Okay, this seems to be 1 minute. So he basically is trading on a 1 minute chart most of the time.
took a long 2 micros down near the lows looking for a bounce, and I placed my stop under 27K, risking about 48 points. My entry turned into resistance, so I took the trade off early, which was regrettable because we bounced above my stop loss and moved higher. I decided to re-enter at 27,074, looking for a move all the way back to VWAP.
Recording such a video is a lot of work, guys. You have to really record your live trading and then fast forward the video in the post-production to really show all of the trades with the position, with the P&L. It's crazy work, guys. So we should already appreciate the amount of work that was put into this video, and I'm gonna immediately leave a like.
Fortunately, I got stopped out of this trade too, putting me down $203 on the day. This was frustrating because I just got in my own way. Lately, I've been putting on a trade and then moving on with my day, doing other stuff, letting the trade play out. But I stayed in front of the charts this time, took the trade off, even though my stop placement was perfect.
Yeah, sometimes it's the best thing to really leave the desk after you entered your entry, stop loss, take profit. Just keep your hands off the mouse.
And took 2 losses instead of having 1 great win. So it's just a good reminder to trust my analysis and let the trade play out, whether it's a winner or a loser.
After 5 years, you can still learn something, guys. And also the pressure is on when you're recording such a video. Okay, so of course you want to profit big, make exceptional returns. So your mind is playing tricks with you.
On to tomorrow. Today was FOMC, and I traded the morning pretty poorly on other accounts during my live stream, so I was very hesitant to place any trades today. After a little bounce at VWAP, I took a long.
Yeah, we took out the lows, printed higher highs. Maybe there's now a higher low with support level from the VWAP and also in the market structure, so why not?
I didn't really trust the market enough to keep much risk on, so I trailed with my stop loss and wound up taking a $55 profit.
It sounds like a very, very small amount, but keep in mind, guys, this is like more or less 5% of the account balance in one trade. If you profit 5% every day, you're gonna make big, big, big returns over time.
We had some nice selling off the open today and eventually bounced and started trading above VWAP. We swept previous day high, then pulled back, and I then got in long above VWAP with 3 micros. I scaled out on a break through 400. Then we had a great pullback to VWAP that held, so I entered long with 5 micros.
Why not? Why not? 5 micros, guys, that's a big amount for such a small account.
My balance is now $2 shy of $2,000, effectively hitting my goal of doubling the account, but I want to try and triple it, going for $3,000.
Wow.
I decided to
tripling the account in a couple of days.
Take another long, but I was trailing a little too tight and got stopped out for a little bit of profit before it ripped to my target.
Yeah, we saw that multiple times in this recap, that he basically took his trades off a little too early before they really start running. This could also be kind of the fault of the recent market behavior in the last couple of weeks. If he would have been able to put the stop loss a little lower, he would have captured way more.
That's all for today, though.
But it's easier said than done, because then there will be market phases in which it's immensely important that you take off your trades a little earlier before they really go against you.
Onwards. We had more all-time highs today, and after we had a nice round of selling and a subsequent buy-up, I decided to get long with 5 micros as we continue to grind higher. I was then up over 40 points and moved my stop 10 points into profit when Trump tweeted about imposing tariffs.
Oh no. Now he's also encountered one of those Trump tweets that is just unlucky. Almost $500 in profit.
On European car makers. And that drop blew past my stop loss. Tradevate then autumn moved it to break even, and I got out there. Pretty disappointing to go from a 20% gain on the account back to 0% in the blink of an eye. After a nice rejection at the highs, I did decide to short. I ended up adding 3 more micros short to be in for a total of 8 micros, which is aggressive.
Yeah.
I ended up exiting as price pulled back just above 800. After the 800 level held, I decided to try a long position at 847, looking for another push to the highs.
What's going on here?
Unfortunately, my screen recorder glitched out and it missed recording almost the entirety of this trade. It was lunch hour, so pretty slow movement, and I decided to move to break even a little earlier than usual as to not risk too much of my day's profit. I ended up taking profit 20 points shy of my target, but I'll end the day up $662.
Wow, what a great amount of money, guys. $600.
I'm really pleased with my trading today and glad that the tariff headline did not cause any real damage to the account, because that could have been bad. I hope that illustrates for you why a stop loss does not guarantee safety. If there is no one sitting on the other side of your trade and the market blows through the level, it can get rough. On to tomorrow. All right, day 11. After a choppy open, we swept Friday's high and found sellers in the supply zone, and we got a nice drop through VWAP. I ended up shorting with 5 micros, looking for a move to overnight lows in the 660s, but trailed with my stop loss and took 38 points on the short for a $369 profit.
He's really trading good trades here, guys.
For my next trade, I was looking for price to sweep overnight lows.
I'm impressed, actually. So we can for sure say that there is big progress to his first self-experiment, where he got like no experience at all. But now this is really big progress. This is really good trading. It's actually professional trading.
And find support at demand. So once we got the move lower, I took a long.
What we are not paying enough attention to is his patience before he enters. Okay, now this video is focused on his entries and what the market is doing afterwards, but basically the work is already done after the entry. Okay, then we just wait for the result, but the work is beforehand. And his patience here, look at this market behavior. I can imagine that he's sitting in front of his desk watching this. Wouldn't you be tempted to maybe enter multiple times here in this range phase? If this is a 1 minute chart, this is basically a very, very long period of time. But he waited for a breakout, which turned out to maybe be a false breakout, and is now looking for a continuation back in the range. This is exceptionally good work. This is exceptionally good patience. This isn't easy, guys. So the work is like done before he's recording his trade. And we should pay more attention to his professional way of waiting before entering a position, okay? He's not taking like 10 trades here in this range, which might happen to you. He did one trade here, and that's it.
I'm at 656. I sized down to 2 micros because it is a counter trend trade and I want to protect my profits. But because we have seen some volatile drops...
It might be a counter trend, but in those range markets, we can basically say it's accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution, okay? This is basically 101 charting technique. We got the accumulation, the manipulation, in this case the short direction, and then hopefully the distribution more or less to the tops again. This happens a lot of times in the markets, guys.
I did move my stop just above break even and got stopped there. The trade idea was good though, because it turned out the low of the day was just put in and we had a nice grind up back to...
Now, this is what I'm talking about. You can see this behavior multiple times in charting, okay? It's hard to identify in live trading, but we oftentimes get like accumulation, then this little manipulation phase, and then back a distribution to the highs. And this happens a couple of times a day, but it's hard to identify and it's hard to trade that in live trading. In the hindsight, it's of course always easy to tell, but this was again such one of those cases.
So my account balance is now over $3,000, hitting my second goal of tripling the account and finishing the challenge. This challenge ended up being pretty enlightening for me.
I cannot believe it. This is really, really good. 300% in below 2 weeks.
In my live stream, I'm often taking the majority of my trades between 8:45 a.m. and 10 a.m. Central, and my win rate is much lower, closer to 50%. Trading this challenge account, my earliest trade was taken at 10:10 in the morning. Now, I have been more selective with the trades on this account for a couple of reasons.
Yeah, I actually noticed that he traded really not a lot of trades, but really precise entries and with a lot of patience, and that was exceptionally good trading. Exceptionally good trading. A 300% profit is not coming from nowhere, okay? This is like professional, really, really, really high level trading, guys.
One, it's a small account and it's personal funds that I don't want to be too reckless with. But because of the account size, I have to be careful not to lose too much. And two, I know I'm making this video and I want to take the highest quality trades as possible. I don't want to look terrible 5 years later. The other thing I've really noticed is after the first 2 hours or so of the market open, I have a better sense for where we're likely to go after a lot of the opening volatility.
Yeah, because a lot of times a trend has already established, or there could be a turning point where he's going against the previous trend. So in the opening kind of hour, the market is usually trying to find his trend for the day.
He dies down. I simply have a better read on the market. And lastly, trading small size with wider stops has been really helpful.
Well, small size. This was not small size. You cannot make 300% in a couple of days with small size. Guys, okay, I have to disagree with Daniel on this one. Trading around 5 micro contracts on a $1,000 or $2,000 account is crazy big size. This is crazy big size. Already 1 micro contract would be actually too big for a $1,000 account. So this is, of course, he did everything right, cutting the losses fast, but this was no small size. Only because it's a micro contract, keep in mind he only has $1,000.
Some of my best trades were when I put the trade on, set the stop and then take profit and left it alone and went to do other things. Hey, it's me from the future, but I wanted to interrupt because after I turned my $1,000 account into $3,000, I pretty much stopped screen recording everything and thought this video was wrapped, but I kept trading this account. I went back to my more...
Now I'm curious what happens after he finished recording and now the pressure of the recording is gone. What did he accomplish on his own?
Standard scalping style of trading and grew the balance even higher. I had one really bad red day where I gave back much of my profit, but then afterwards I had some incredible days. Then this past
Wow! What the heck? On a $3,000 account.
Monday I had my best day of futures trading ever.
$4,000. Okay, now we keep in mind that currently the market is really volatile and giving us a lot of opportunities to add to trending positions. But this, guys, keep in mind, this is like doubling the account more or less.
Over $4,000 profit in one day, plus $1,400 from the night before. Since this challenge started, I've made over $14,000 profit.
What?
On my $1,000 account, which is absolutely crazy. I've also been withdrawing profit out of the account to pay myself, which has been really nice.
This is so important, guys. Pay yourself a little bit, and even if it's just 10 bucks. After you made, I don't know, $150 in 1 month, pay yourself 10 bucks and buy yourself something from it. I don't know, a cup of ice cream, anything that helps you viewing what you are doing as a job, as a business, that you can buy yourself something from.
So I'm sorry that I wasn't documenting everything like I was throughout this video, but let me flip.
So I would have thought, okay, there could be two possibilities. After he finished his video, he gets more reckless because now he has no recording on and can risk a little bigger and a little bit more unsafe because there is no pressure to only show your best side. This wasn't the case. He actually was way more relieved on trading and traded even better.
To my phone and I'll show you the live login and P&L on Trade8. All right, so Trade8, here we are.
I'm trusting him on this, okay? He doesn't need to show everything here. I'm trusting him.
Log in, live trading. All right, here we are. Here's the account. Let's let it focus. $10,907 so far. Let's check out the performance center. This is the first I've traded this account. It's the beginning of this challenge. Total profit, $14,197.
Wow, guys. This is exceptionally work. I'm gonna end the video right here. This is exceptionally good. Deserves a like. I'm gonna subscribe to the channel as well. This is crazy stuff. It was definitely worth watching. So he basically made 1,400% in a couple of weeks. I don't know, a couple of days. This is incredible, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was a little inspiring to you. But please do me a favor and do not increase your risk too much now after watching this video. This is exceptionally good trading here. Stick to your mediocre risk profile. Please do me that favor. Do not blow up the account after watching such exceptional results, okay? Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna see us in the next episode. Take care of yourself, guys. Have a nice rest of the week and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Bye bye.